health order has made it abundantly clear to secure Africa health sovereignty. We must expand our local manufacturing capacity for vaccines, diagnostic, therapeutics, and essential medical products. The COVID-19 pandemic has taught us that without regional self-sufficiency in health products, our health systems remain vulnerable. At the 37th ordinary session of the AU Assembly, the appointment of His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, as the African Union champion for local manufacturing marked a turning point in the continent's health agenda. Following his appointment, Africa CDC was given two strategic mandates. One was to establish a continental pool procurement mechanism for health products sourced from African manufacturers. The second mandate was to broaden the scope of the partnership for African vaccine manufacturing to include diagnostic and therapeutics. In line with this, Africa CDC has moved with commendable urgency through the continental consultative meetings. Consensus was reached on the following: the scaling up of the manufacturing of vaccines and other health products, the adapting a fit for Africa financing model, the strengthening pool procurement from African manufacturers, the empowering of national regulatory authorities and supporting the scale-up of manufacturing capabilities across the continent. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not just policy aspirations, but they are imperatives. And as we applaud Africa CDC's leadership, we must also rally the political will, the technical support, and the market commitment to fast-track Africa's second health revolution, a revolution driven by local pharmaceutical and biomanufacturing. Kenya remains deeply committed to this vision. We have embedded universal health coverage as a central pillar of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Access to affordable, safe, and quality medicines is essential for achieving universal health care. Local manufacturing is not an option, it is a necessity. Kenya already hosts over 35 active health product manufacturers serving the national, the continental, and the global markets. The Vital Health Care, a standout example, produces over 55 essential medicine devices and exports it to more than 45 countries worldwide, including Europe and Asia. As the AU champion, President William Ruto envisions a Pan-African approach where health, trade, academia, and finance converge to create a sustainable local manufacturing ecosystem. Under his leadership, Kenya is supporting the development of regional manufacturing hubs and the mobilization of new technologies and resources through Africa CDC. As I conclude, allow me to emphasize on 5 key calls to action. Number 1 is Buy African. Member states must commit to purchasing from local manufacturers. This is the only sustainable pathway to strengthening our industries and retaining value on the continent. Number 2 is a call on global partners, and we urge the international purchasers and the donors to honor the AU Heads of State Communique of May 2022, which called for at least 30% of Africa vaccines needs to be sourced from African manufacturers. And number 3 is to diversify the local production. Ministers, let us all collaborate to avoid duplication and promote specialization across member states. Each country can contribute by manufacturing different essential products, supporting mutual trade. And number 4 is to support the APPM. And we call upon all AU member states to join and operationalize the Africa Pool procurement mechanism and commit to sourcing through it to ensure practicable and sustainable markets for African products. And lastly is to build a sustainable manufacture. Colleagues, let us remain steadfast in our collective efforts to establish sustainable vaccine, biologics, and pharmaceutical productions by Africa for Africa. In conclusion, let us recognize that the future of Africa's health lies in our own hands. Through bold leadership, strong institutions, and deliberate investment, we can build a resilient health system anchored in African innovation and self-reliance. I thank you all for listening to me.